So the 8801, it has phantom power, it has a phase flip, and it has a -20 dB pad. And if you press the gain pot, you can switch between your input sources.
And on the input section, you've got your high pass, low pass filters, which can be turned on and off as well.
Yeah, so the high pass corner frequency will run from 30 Hz up to 300, and low pass from 1.5 kHz up to 18.
And these can be independently activated with the rotary switches on the front.
Yes, or they can be added to your sidechain input to finely tune your sidechain trigger.
And then we've got the dynamic section, which has a compressor limiter and a gate expander.
Yeah, so say if you have two units and want to use them as a stereo compressor, they can be linked together so that the sidechain input of the linked 8801 will control the compressor of this unit.
So if you've got two linked together, for example, will one be the master and one be the slave, or will they work completely independently?
No, actually, these work the same way as the 88R console, so there's no master-slave relationship. So you can have multiple units linked together, and whichever is the loudest signal coming into any of the units will be the trigger for the compressor chain.
And the fast attack and auto release function work from these switchable knobs.
Yeah, the ratio knob will switch between slow and fast attack, 8 milliseconds or 2 milliseconds, or for the more advanced user, this can be modified by altering the jumper circuits within the unit. Now this will switch from 3 milliseconds for normal or 0.5 for your faster times.
And how about the auto release?
So the auto release function, that enables the anti-pumping and breathing circuitry in the unit, so that allows the unit to operate more musically on the source material.
So this will adapt the release time depending on the audio passing through it to enable a more natural control of more of a musical sound. And the gate underneath appears to have some interesting features, such as the hysteresis knob and the invert release function.
Yeah, so the hysteresis function allows you to set a different level at which the gate opens to which it closes.
So this allows for a more natural kind of decay on toms, kick drums and things like that. And then the invert switch turns it into ducking mode.
Yeah, so the invert switch will quickly change the gate into a ducker. So if you're using this for voiceovers or anything where you need automatic gain reduction, this can be done here, so the program level will be adjusted automatically.
So the audio router is a really good function because it allows you to activate and deactivate the 8801's processing, which means you can add external inserts into the channel strip.
Yes, and by pressing the audio router button, it will show you the order in which the processes are taking place. So we press it here, you can see we've got dynamics, then insert, then EQ. And if you want to change this, you press and hold the button, it changes into programming mode, and then I can now select a new order for my processing. So we'll select EQ, then dynamics, then insert, and now you can see the order has been changed.
So I can switch to dynamics and EQ, for example. So depending on how I want my mix, I can pop it and insert there.
Yes, and the final section on the right is your 4-band fully parametric EQ. Low frequency can be switched between shelf or bell curve, and then you've got your low mid and high mid, which are fully parametric. And you've got high frequency, which is also switchable between shelf and bell curve.
And this can be placed in the dynamic sidechain by using the EQ to sidechain button.
Yeah, so you can use the EQ to create a band pass to trigger your compressor, or if you have certain frequencies that you don't want to be affected by the compressor, you can tune that using the EQ there.
So if I'm going to compress a kick drum, for example, I don't want the lows to really hit the compressor too hard, I can use the EQ sidechain to just filter out the lows, so only the higher frequencies are affected by the compressor.